Why is it the Roman Empire and not the Italian Empire? You see, okay, that's an interesting question. So, in the Mediterranean region, let's go to the map. What's the Mediterranean region? The Mediterranean world. In the old days, in the Mediterranean world, which is this region, you used to have city states. Before Rome, you had Athens. You also had Sparta. Where can I? Oh, here it is. Sparta still exists. The ruins still exist. You had Sparta. You had Athens. What else did you have? I'll give you just two names here. In Greece, and obviously you eventually had around 700 BC or something. Around that time, Rome. So those days you did not have nations or kingdoms or whatever in this region. You had city states. Athens and Sparta are the two, famous ones from Greece. And west of Greece, across the Adriatic Sea, across the Ionian Sea, you have this peninsula that looks like a boat. So then you had the emergence of Rome around 700 BC, around that time. So Rome became a city-state, and the people, it initially was just a small territory. The city, the nascent city, and the small territory around it, and that was called Rome. And eventually it expanded, and the regions that were subsumed into it, they became also part of the city-state's territory. That is the territory of Rome. So at that time, there was no nation of Italy. There was the peninsula called the Italic Peninsula, or it was called Italia. It was the name of the peninsula. It was not the name of the kingdom or the territory or the empire or whatever. So the empire, eventually it became an empire. It was called the empire based out of, centered around the city-state of Rome. So it was the Roman Empire, not the Italian Empire. Eventually what happens is that, so during the imperial period of era of Rome, it was always called the Roman Empire, never Italian Empire. The Italian Empire was just a geographical term. It was not a cultural or national or whatever term. It was a geographical term. Eventually, and after the demise of the Roman Empire, the Western Roman Empire, you had all these little principalities and kingdoms and so on in the region which is now called Italy, and you never had an Italian Empire. It's only in the 19th century when the Kingdom of Italy was properly formed for the first time, and they conquered, let's say, Ethiopia and so on. That's when the term Italian Empire came into being. And today you have the nation state of Italy. So that's why it was always the Roman Empire, never the Italian Empire. The Italian Empire, that term was used only in the 19th and 20th centuries.